Good to see you guys.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, our pleasure. Sit down, JC.
Hi, y'all.
John, Brannon, Dave.
Whoever asks the best question gets a pin. Start with that right there.
Now it's a contest.
Now it's a contest.
All right, without sounding insulting, my daughter, who's a huge fan of this, said, Dad, it's like Star Trek stopped taking its bipolar meds, and it's amazing.
Why is that insulting?
That might be in our advertising next year.
She was worried that someone would get insulted if I asked her.
Well, how's that?
Love
That's not a question. That's a statement.
Yeah, that's a
How do you
statement.
feel about it? Do you agree? Disagree?
I think that she said it's amazing. She said it was
Yeah.
awesome. That's what I heard. Like she watches, she loves it. What else? She can think whatever she wants. Do you have any response to it? As someone who's on bipolar.
I was just contemplating being here last year when no one had seen the show and how lame it was. It's just basically us sitting here saying, it's good.
I swear.
Please believe us.
Believe us. Please believe us.
People,
Unless you guys don't think it's good.
Yeah.
No. If we didn't think it was good, we wouldn't be here.
All right, good.
But speaking of which, like, piggybacking a little bit there, I mean, and when it first came out and was marketed, it's, you know, a Star Trek-esque show with Seth MacFarlane as the centerpiece. People probably thought it was going to be more of a comedy, you know, or a farce or a spoof. And you guys brought real depth and real stuff. It wasn't all funny. How do you strike that balance?
Well, I think I'd like John to answer this because John's the director whose resume is heavy drama, heavy action, and he come onto this show and handle the sort of light elements. So I want you to answer that question.
Well, it's interesting because I came on because I know Brian from 24. That's how we know each other. So he's the one that brought me on, and I wanted to take it because of that. I wanted to take it because there was this challenge of doing this drama because I realized right away that it wasn't a straight out comedy. So it was really you had to hit all the dramatic beats first. If you could put the comedy into that, that's a bonus, I think. And so that was the fun part for me and the challenge for me, and still is in a way. But the key to all this stuff is good storytelling. And I think that's what Star Trek had, and I think that's what Seth loved, that's what these guys love, and that's what I love. And if you can give me a good story, then you can kind of interweave whatever you want into it if the story's good. And the stories are great, and they're even better this year. You know, they really are.
we approach the writing the same way. We make sure there's a good story there.
Yeah, that's the key.
The funny, sometimes the humor is put in, laced in a little later than you might expect. We got to make sure we have a good.
And I think that what gets lost in this is Seth has a brand, which is full out serious comedy. I mean the guy but what gets lost in this is that all popular science fiction, Star Wars, Star Trek, has comedy in it, and because they're not done with guys who have Seth's brand, we don't think of it that way. But Star Wars is really funny in a lot of spots. Star Trek has always had moments of real comedy.
A lot of it lame.
A lot of it lame, but so I think that's just more of a function of like what Seth is known for, not what this show is.
For the second season, Brandon.
Sorry, I'm taking my antidepressant.
So for the second season, how would you say the mix is? Because I think this is something we talked about last year. Looking at the first season, how do you think you got the mix, and has it changed for the kind of the comedy, sci-fi? So is it a sci-fi show with a little comedy this year, or more comedy with a little sci-fi?
It goes episode to episode.
Episode by episode.
It's episode by episode. There are episodes this year that are full comedy, start to finish, and then got some serious dark stuff. Again, without giving anything away, it's episode to episode, and I think that's what attracted Seth to this kind of format was you don't know what you're going to get week to week, but because you're with these characters, the audience buys in, and the audience had no trouble with that in the first season, and they're not going to make trouble in the second season either.
Well, you said episode to episode. One of the goals of Seth's was to be highly serialized, like Star Trek: The Next Generation. I mean, not highly serialized,
right.
Episodic. but I know you're doing a two-parter this season. I know you're bringing back the krill. So is there a little bit of serialization creeping in, or are we still very standalone?
It's like Next Generation, the show this most closely resembles. Season to season, you start accruing characters that you like, villains you like, makeup you'd like to reuse, all sorts of different reasons. That you're building the world.
And race relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
Relationships with different races, like the krill.
And then the characters on our ship. There's a serialization aspect in that our characters grow, they change, their interaction with each other has effects episode to episode. So for fans, there's payoff for watching every week of like, oh, that references something in episode 3 or whatever. But if you're watching that episode for the first time, it doesn't take you out.
It's still a standalone story.
Right.
That's the key.
So it's a mix. It's a balance. But I couldn't hear
These
that
gentlemen
question.
both worked on it. So,
Well, I couldn't hear the question.
talking to the original cast of Star Trek, and people from the Star Trek.
Well, behind the scenes, we've got Jonathan Frakes directing again this year. Robbie McNeil, who's on Voyager with Brannon, directed another episode this year. They both directed last year. Last year we had Robert Picardo as a character. We definitely look at those actors. I don't want to give anything away, but yes.
Picardo's back for one, right?
Oh, I guess you do
Yes,
that.
they know that.
They know that. All right, yes.
But
Yes,
are
Picardo's
there any
back.
others that
Yes.
you just want to
Yes.
tell us? So
Yes.
there are.
There's a bunch.
At least tell us which show.
No.
Yes.
Sorry.
3579.
No, not
No,
with
I'm just
Jefferson.
kidding. I don't know.
So I really love the world, or I guess worlds, that this show has kind of introduced us to. I'm wondering if you guys have any favorite worlds or characters, either from season 1 or season 2.
There's 3 new worlds that are coming to your way that are really exciting back.
Why do you find it interesting?
Yeah, you'll see. No, they really are. They're really good. I mean, the writers, from a production standpoint, it's incredibly challenging. Because every time they throw a new world at us, it means that everything has to be designed. Everything. I mean, one of our jokes is the chairs. The chairs are like our biggest nemesis. Because, a chair on Moklis is not the same as a chair on another planet. Like, you have to think about that kind of stuff. And so it's a little bit difficult when you're doing 8-day shows with 8 days prep. But we have an incredible art department that gets way ahead. These guys give us heads up as to what's coming, which really helps. So yeah, the whole world thing is really fun for the audience, but for production, it's an incredible challenge.
Scripts are written ahead of time,
Yeah, way ahead, which helps.
and that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, you couldn't do without it.
We were,
Yeah, you couldn't do without it.
What can you tell us about Jessica Zore's character?
A little bit.
Name, race.
Her name's Tala, which I think is out already. I think people know that.
Yeah.
What else do they know? Do they know?
I think they know her race.
She's a Chilean, like Alara.
If they don't, they do now.
And Jessica's a great actress. She brings a lot to this part, and I think the fans are really going to like her. So that's about all I'm going to tell you.
So, I mean, the elephant in the room, I guess, is Halston Stage still on the show?
I think that's really a question for Seth.
Is Jessica Zore a series
I think we want to. I think you're going to be interested to see what we do with both of those characters. And I don't want to spoil.
it's unexpected.
It's unexpected.
It's not.
What happens with those two characters is
It's
not
very
expected.
unexpected.
So, and I don't want to ruin it. This is a very important piece of our storytelling, is that if you tell too much, the audience experience can really be ruined. And so we really want people to experience it.
But there's some big surprises this season, so it'll be a panel of talking about nothing.
Avoid your questions.
Where'd you get that hat?
at your
Fox booth. Oh, right. Okay, good.
you know who I am.
Yeah. I didn't know we
I got it at the set visit.
Oh, good. Okay.
I stole it. I know something that's important to you guys is telling allegorical stories, and is that a lot of was made about the the planet of, I forgot the name of the episode last season, but it was kind of the social media planet.
Right. Episode 7.
Are you leaning more into allegorical stories? Are there and are there any areas you want to talk about that you're trying to address this season? Anything political, maybe?
I mean, again, episode to episode, we definitely have some stories that are allegory, and we have a bit, we've already said this. We go back to Makos, which obviously was an allegory last year, and we explored a little bit more of that as well. And then there's New Worlds as well, where we explore that, but it's not allegory in every episode. So it's the balance is the same as it was last year.
Why is it important to you to do that? I mean, you could still have serious drama without some of the kind of social justice or social commentary that happens.
If a topic that hasn't been explored in a particular way, it's a story idea.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we're looking for a good story. And we knew that we wanted at least a couple of the episodes to be new cultures. And interesting in some way. Otherwise, just people with funny makeup. Gotta be something going on.
I think it resonates with the audience too. I think sci-fi has always been known for that, quite honestly. We get to explore things that we can say that other planets and other races and explore them that way. And I think it resonates with an audience to see that. And if you can do that and still smile at the end of it, it's kind of nice. But there are episodes that are going to make you think. Absolutely, like we had last year. I think there was a turning point last year. I think a lot of people told me that they were watching the show. It's a funny show that Seth MacFarlane put out, and then we did the Mocklin episode, and everyone went, "Wait a second, this is a completely not what we expected."
Yeah.
And then they were in. That episode turned a lot of people. Turned a lot of people. So again, it's I think what good sci-fi has always done. And it's continued to do. There's great sci-fi out there right now. They're all in that world.
How much of that does Seth drive? I mean, he's I'm sorry. Someone else ask a question, please.
Speaking of Star Trek, you brought in Joe Menosky.
I want to question.
Let's let this lady ask a question.
Yeah, if we get somebody,
Hello.
please ask a question.
Do you have a question?
Just now, my mind's gone blank now. Thank you. No, they've asked all the things that I wanted to ask.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I've got one.
He's got more.
Well, I'm surprised you have one. Go ahead.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, you have a question either.
No, you just ask.
All right.
We're going to start asking you guys questions. You don't ask questions.
So speaking of Star Trek, I understand you brought in Joe Menosky, and you talked about is he in the writers' room? Did he just do one episode?
He was in the writers' room. He was on the staff. Joe's a great writer. Obviously, Brandon's worked with him for. We're huge fans of his. Seth was a huge fan of his. He played a big role this year.
Joe actually was working on Star Trek Discovery when that first started out, and I was really pissed.
Because we wanted him last year.
We wanted him last year. And it's kind of like, what are you doing, dude? But he'd taken that job before this got off the ground, so lucky to have him.
We also had Janet Lynn, who was worked with you on Threshold years ago and was on Bones and what was that show with the guy from Forever, I think it's called.
That was pretty good.
You remember that show?
Yeah.
She was on our staff. Liz Heldens was not in the room full time, but she played a consulting role.
And you went to go see the Passage panel?
No, I didn't see that, but I interviewed the cast.
That's her show.
It was really, she was awesome.
So that's our staff, plus everybody from last year, Andre Bormanis, Cherry Cheever, Prophet Dumron, me, Brannon, with everybody.
Are you doing more directing this year?
No.
Brandon's just returned from directing Cosmos, second season of Cosmos.
So you're directing like half the episodes almost?
Not half, but a good bunch.
And in between, you bring in some guy who used to work on Star Trek.
Yeah, okay. No, and Seth. And Seth directed too.
Seth directed a couple, and
Seth directed a couple too.
John has been great in terms of just helping us find he has just such a natural affinity for this show, and he's helping our directors who are one-offs come in and play a really strong role this year. We're really thrilled to have him. Brilliant job.
I'm really enjoying it, I must say. It's been a great experience for me. It really has.
Are you going to sneak any more 24 actors in?
Yeah. Yes, we are. Look at my site. I've already put a couple. We've already got Carlos Bernardes in there. I know you saw that.
James Morrison.
And James Morrison was in last year. We have Penny, of course. And there's a few more actually.
Oh yeah, there's one more.
Yeah,
there's one more.
Leighton Meister was on 24 also.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
And one more, but we can't say which one.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a good one. Yeah, we'll sneak a few in.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Kiefer? That's awesome. You want to break that news now?
No.
Good to see you guys.
Going over there.